In the button. In the button shit. Hey, you know what? Today's a special day, Gaming Forte. Do you know why?
No, you're going to tell me why, though, because first...
No, hang on. You were supposed to stop right there. I was just going to say, Fonzarelli's back. We got Fonz back this week. Going forward, he's made his triumphant return. We love Fonz. We missed him. Obviously, he's the best guy ever. So we're just very, very happy to have Fonz back. And we want to say thanks to everyone that checks out our little piece of shit show. We do appreciate you guys. And maybe hit the like button, tell a buddy or two. We're live, RDX podcast. This is going to be a fun one. We got a lot of good topics. We're live. Fonzarelli, another week, another podcast.
I got caught with
Welcome
my pants down. Man.
That's weird. Where you been, bitch?
I've been under a rock, the usual places at CD bars and shit like that. Anyways, I'm back. It's good to be back. It's good to see everybody here. I actually started playing a couple of games. TMT. I was playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on GamePass, and also Sniper Elite 5, which I'm enjoying immensely right now.
We normally save that part for the end, but I like how you took the incentive to talk about Game Pass, because I know you've got a big new deal with Game Pass coming up, right? They're going to pay you every episode?
What? What?
No, I'm just fucking with you, man. Yeah, Ninja Turtles fun, man.
Shit.
Ninja Turtles fun. What you say?
Where's my check?
No, seriously, no. I'm glad you brought up Ninja Turtles because we're actually having a lot of fun on it. We will talk about that probably during the show, but we got Fonz again, man. Welcome back, brother. We did miss you.
Yeah, I missed everybody here, man. Especially you, dealer. Zalker, not so much.
Oh, well, shit. Speaking of Zalker,
that's a fucking lie from the devil's anus.
We got Zalker 87 here of Greek fame. He's a great man and a wonderful philosopher. How you been, buddy?
I'm good. I'm hanging out with Socrates because I'm a Greek fame, philosopher, and playing Ninja Turtles with my friends when it actually fucking connects, and then we get our asses kicked by robot dogs. It's great.
Hey, not all of us got our asses kicked, but
you got your ass ran over by a car like 18 times.
Hey man, I got to test out the physics. Right? Hey, by the way, Tim Dog's not here. He had something pop up. D-Batch at a birthday party. So just so happened we got a couple guests. Right, we got Psychonauts making his debut on the podcast. He's a well-versed gentleman with a great microphone and an attitude for success. Psychonauts, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, buddy. I've been playing some Ninja Turtles as well. And some Dragon Quest 11, actually, on my Game Pass.
What? Game Pass? Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
On your Game Pass? What console's that?
Hey, we've also got Gaming Forte here, by the way. He has agreed to come on and fill in for one of the two people that missed, and obviously Forte. We always enjoy having you, buddy. How you been?
Man, I've been good, man. Playing Ninja Turtles just like everybody else. And it was so good to the point where I was trying to put a quarter inside of the disk drive on my Xbox. And I was like, oh, I don't need quarters anymore.
Stupid. Fucking quarter spilling out the bottom of it.
Yep, yeah, definitely.
It's not that good, Forte, but it's pretty fun.
No, it's really good, bro. Really good.
My problem is every time I get to like level 15, I got to start over because somebody else wants to start playing it. So I've done that like 3 times. But hey, we're gonna get into some shout outs. We'll do some topics, obviously, and then we'll move on to the whatever the fuck. There's a dog barking that's distracting the hell out of me. Boba Fett Gaming, shout out to you, buddy. We've also got Reluctant Dodo, Nerdy Meathead. Wait, I got you twice in there. That's weird. Dub Mobile, Ruben Almighty, Dave Incubus, Ricky Paulon, Fault Lines, Not Silent, Bad Boy Live, Achievement, Nano Polymath, Zordon, Costanza, KY Bob, Goose 8402, Strike Khalifa, Assassin Lupa. Shout out to her. She's been in the hospital. If you didn't know, if you're wondering where she's at. Similar situation to what happened before. We're always thinking about her, but I know she's here. She's here, whether we know it or not. Foreign Object, we do appreciate you too. Gabquist, Teo, John Blue, Vegboss, Real Deal Neil, Suicide King, Tasteless Dini, Guillermo Cavillo, Michael Boehm, All Might, Dark CMF, and Alfonso Hogan. Shout out to you guys. Patron shout out to you. That link is down below. Let's talk about some leaks that came out, or supposed leaks that came out about Halo's single player, battle royale, all that good stuff. Zucker, why go deal with this noise in the background? Can you go ahead and jump into that? Thanks.
Yep, got you, man. Go kick that dog. Or don't kick it, just hug it.
Be nice now.
Be nice now. So we have a couple rumors for the Halo BR, and then there's also the single player. We don't know if this is true. This is all rumors, so take this with a grain of salt, as always. So Tatanka BR will have 2 OG Halo maps, 2 plus 3 maps, 60 to 75 players, and it's slated to come in fall of 2023. So it's a little ways out. Obviously, people are saying that now because we know what's coming in the next 12 months. So I'm expecting it fall 2023 if it even happens. And then Joseph Staten, who is leading the next campaign DLC, is coming after 2024 apparently. That's another one. And then Forge might come earlier than we expected. Season 3 looks to be about 6 months out.
Geez.
And in this leak also, I don't have it up, but let me get it really quick. I talked about this. There's also a lot of stuff talking about they're not understanding how to do like gridlock. They're basically the corporation really slowing stuff down. 343 Industry will figure out things to do live service because they have no idea how to do a live service game, which is Halo Infinite. Trend chasing major feature for Halo Infinite that he believes is a waste of time. So a lot of people think that a lot of the stuff that they were chasing trend-wise is a waste of time. I'm just going to jump into this, and then we'll go with you, Fawn, since Dealer is
I'm back.
battling 18. Oh, he's back,
thank
bitch.
Jesus.
The dog
But
survived.
anyways, I think that this is. I think some parts of the thing is true. I feel like the leak is a little like nail on the head. But the Joseph Staten freaking DLC being that far off, I can see that happening. Look how long it took them to get this one going, and I think they want to course correct some stuff. The multiplayer, it's just obvious, man. The game has been out for quite a while
Before you
now.
move on for the DLC, though, you got a good point. Like it's you say go ahead. Hey, you got a good point. Like it really has taken them this long to do what they've done with the multiplayer, and that is the better part of a year right now, or just about a year. So, or it's a year, half a year. So they've taken a while, man. Like their single player story, there was never any roadmap. Just to be clear, we never knew when this stuff was going to hit or if it was going to hit. That's something I mentioned in my review of Halo Infinite. But I mean, what are your expectations? I know Fonzarelli, you enjoyed Halo Infinite story mode. What were your expectations if this does come in 2024? And obviously, I want the chat to let us know as well. Halo DLC is something much requested. Community support has been, they've been lackluster there. So you gotta kind of ask for more. But Fonz, when it comes to single player, what could they do to really make that wait worth it?
Ah, man. In terms of single player, they got to add a lot to it, man. I got to have some meat on them bones, man. I have to have something to really get into there. Something that compel me to want to come back. Honestly, I mean, I played the campaign. It was good. It was solid for what it was, but I'm not really looking forward to jumping back into a DLC or whatnot. Like,
so with Halo, you're pretty much done.
I won't say I'm done because of course I'll play the DLC because it's in Game Pass. Of course I'll delve into that and play it. But because of course it's supposed to be a continuation of what we've played and the storyline and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be there. But there's nothing there that I'm really like, oh please 343 add this or add that. Right now I've never really been high on 343. I kind of forgave them for Halo Infinite and said, they did a good job with that. But, lately hearing things going on with 343 and that whole Bonobo thing and everything, it just put a bad taste in my mouth for 343. They're really inept. If this leak is real and they don't have stuff coming out till fall 2023, it's like, come on.
Well, I mean, they got the co-op campaign, which should have been there at launch.
Oh,
they have Forge coming.
How late is that? And then they promised 3 months later, right? And then I told everybody back then, what happens if it doesn't come out 3 months later, guys?
Like we've spent a lot of time bitching about how they've been, and how they've fallen short, and why stuff's not out. And I just want to look forward to what might come out and when it might come out, and will it be worth the wait? More so, the other stuff we've hammered into the ground. I just if 2024 comes and they're like, hey, we're dropping some badass single player DLC, this is something I personally would be excited for, especially because co-op will be dealt with by then. We can all hope anyway, and we can play that bitch together. I can't wait to go back through the regular gaming co-op. In fact, like if they expand on that story and bring it out and really where it should have been at launch, in my opinion, then that's kind of nice. Even though we kind of knew it would take a while to get there, 2024 seems like quite a while, right, Psychonauts?
Oh yeah, that's 2024. That's a little ways out for any campaign DLC, but who knows? I mean, I'm in the testing for the co-op when that gets launched, so I will know how that state is.
What'd they say to you? Like, is that an email or? I didn't even look into that.
Yeah, so you have to sign up through the Halo Insider on the website, and then you'll get the hub on your Xbox, and you'll get an email saying, hey, it's ready, and then you just download it and and
Did they
go
give you a
and
window
play.
on how long that testing's going on or anything? Because I heard August was about when you would get the co-op going for everyone.
They have not
They didn't give a date.
What? No, not yet. They haven't. So I'm just waiting for that initial email to get able to play the co-op. And I don't know if it's really good. That's going to be a plus for everyone that loves Halo. I mean, the mechanics and the gameplay is solid. You know, it's just for multiplayer, it's really lacking that content that we have been wanting since day one. So
which might be why the priority may have shifted, right? That might be why it is 2024, if that is in fact the case. But it's weird with that many employees. You know, you think you'd be able to team it up, split it up, and all that good stuff. I don't know anything in particular
just
jumps
the
out of this information though.
employees.
Like, I mean, I don't want to go into like the semantics of it all.
The one thing I would say is that I think a lot of the content is going to be a while because for the fact that it wasn't on Xbox's stage or even the second stage, the Tuesday thing. They didn't have anything. They just didn't talk about Halo at all, even though it launched 6 months ago. So they didn't bring up co-op. They didn't bring anything. I mean, this is a leak, right? So we take it with a grain of salt. We don't know when Forge is coming. I know it's being tested. We don't know when the seasons start, and multiple people are just waiting because the game has been out for so long that they've done everything. So at some point, we just got to wait and see. And I think that's what they're doing. Maybe new leadership's being put in place. Like Joseph Staten is new leadership when you look at it. Like he came in and cleaned it up. So maybe he's doing stuff that's a little different in scope, right? So I don't know. Either way, Halo has been, it was a great launch to me. I loved the campaign. I thought the multiplayer was really fun. I played a shit ton of it, but it's the sustainability of it. It's that they don't know how to do a live service within Halo, which is fucking weird to me because I've always felt that was like Halo's or Xbox's bread and butter was like live service or doing stuff and all this and having stuff be continuously played. I just think that they have way more competition, like a shit ton more. Fortnite, Apex, all those, you name them off, whatever. And I think they can't compete with that. I think that's what they're trying to do, and they better figure something out quick because that's where Halo belongs, is in, the most played games, and on multiplayer side, no matter what.
We want it to dominate for sure, Zalker, and I want to catch up on these super chats real quick. And I also want to tell people what the game they're watching is called, Shadow Warrior 3. Running on Xbox Series X, and it's only Gen 9 to wear, but it looks good for what it is. If you haven't tried Shadow Warrior 3, it's a nice linear, story-driven game, with, as you see, it's just a Doom clone. So if you haven't played it and you want to get into Doom, this is definitely the entry point, I would say. But Zalker, you want to catch us up on those, and then we can shift gears?
Yeah. So shout out to Hargeet again. He's giving me these super chats so I don't miss any. He's screenshotting them and giving to me on Discord.
Hargeet.
So shout out to you, man. Thanks, Hargeet. So we got Ralph Wiggum. He's a member for 3 months. He said, glad to have Fonz back. All you guys rock. Have a great show. Thanks, man. And
Thanks,
welcome
Ralph.
back, Fonz. You were missed, Fonzie. Man.
Thank you very much, man.
We got Yadani. He says he's a member for 17 months. Damn. And he just says, I like Ninja Turtles. That's all he says.
It's pretty good, man. Yo, Donnie, you got to jump in more of these parties, bro. Seriously.
Yeah.
Last time I heard him, last time he did it, last time he jumped in, he went, and that's all he said the whole time. Shout out to you, Donnie.
We got Lethal Papa, Boss Mod Lethal, member for 36 months.
God damn.
Fuck you, dealer. Dealer is scared of my Fall Guys skills.
Oh, shit. We were playing Fall Guys earlier. And, that game is a fun clusterfuck is a good way to describe it.
With friends, man. You got to play with friends, never alone.
Oh, so yeah, we were. It was me, me, Psychonauts, Caitlin. Devin in there from WBG was in there. Mav was in there. There's a ton of people in there. Oh, J-Mo Money. That guy was a blast to play with. We had a lot of fun, man. Psychonauts is out, or Psychonauts. Fall Guys is out now. If you haven't tried it, it isn't free though. Like it is in Game Pass for everyone saying, "Oh, it's not in Game Pass."
It's free to play.
Is it free to play now?
I think it's free to play now, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I thought it was in Game Pass initially because I just clicked on it and it downloaded, right?
I think you get like little perks in Game Pass. I'm not too sure.
Okay,
I think you get like just little, if you're like an Ultimate member, stuff like that.
It's free to play then. Yeah, you gotta try it out.
You get little outfits for the game.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So we got Risk It 299. He says, "Welcome back, Fonz." Nice. We got Shawnee Boy for $10. He says, "Love the Forza vid dealer. Pumped for another show. Hit the like button. You're the only one that liked that video." No, I'm just joking.
You better go check the likes on that, dude. That thing already has like for every 1,000 views it has is 100 likes, which is fucking high as shit. So like people really like that video. It's
I got a
still
dislike,
going.
but you can't see it anymore.
It's still going, right? Didn't do as good as I wanted day one, man, but I put a lot of time into that. That track at the beginning is something me and my brother worked on just for fucking fun, right? And I threw that in there, and a lot of people like that song. But just shout out to everyone that checked that video, man. I mean, it means something to me.
Yeah. And we also have Reluctant Dodo. Dealer, do you think Risk It will ever win the Season 2 off-road race?
No.
Also, welcome back, Fonz.
I really don't, Dodo, because I think every time Risk It gets in a car and he's like, oh, I forgot to choose the one with wheels and tires. And it's always, something going on there. But shout out to you, Dodo. Shout out to Risk It. We're playing
horse
around,
carriage and shit.
Wrong class.
We got Hargi Chani says, welcome back, Fonz. Game Pass Ultimate 3-month global code. There you go.
Ooh-wee. Shout out to Hargi.
We got Smooth Vontae. Press that like button. Good to be here live. And I'm kind of disappointed. Halo campaign DLC so far out, but Redfall is getting me so pumped. Love y'all. Let's talk.
Ooh, let's talk.
Thanks, man.
That
And
was smooth.
Redfall does got me fucking amped, bro. Some of the developer shit that they brought out lately, it just looks game just looks like a lot of fun.
I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that on the show. I thought it was going to look a lot worse than it did, and yeah.
The best thing about it, Fonz, is it's all 4-player co-op, and if somebody chooses one class, you can choose the same class. And the developer even said that you guys can be completely different. That's how deep the skill tree is on each one.
Oh, nice.
Which game
nice.
was that?
Wow.
Redfall. The developer
Wow.
said that, like, let's say you choose Devontae or whatever. If your team members chooses the same character, you guys can still play together, and you'll play completely different depending on what skill tree or what stuff you put in there. So like the replayability in that game just sounds insane.
So I'm guessing that it's not really going to penalize you like kind of Overwatch does if you don't pick specific classes in your team.
No, because it's an open world RPG,
RPG,
and Pete Hines was talking about that, right? He said that one of the things that Arcane does is that when you're in their worlds, like you're in it, immersed, like you feel like you're in a whole. And they're like they did that exact same thing with Redfall, except it's with 4-player co-op now. And so that looks so good. Let me get a couple more of these because they're coming in quick, dude. I don't want to miss any. So we got Outbreak Podcast. Fonz, welcome back, sir. Rock out that soundboard.
Woo!
Yes.
We got Hargi again. He says Game Pass Ultimate 3-month global code. Thanks again, Hargi. You're the best. Risk It says Halo is dead. They had their chance. It's time to let it go.
Jeez.
Shout out to the chat and panel. PS Dealer races dirty on Forza. Can't trust. He's shifty.
That's not true, Risk It, and I think you know that. And
Oh,
also,
he
why
does.
Halo got to be dead to risk it right now? Why Halo got to be dead?
Well, I think a lot of people are concerned because
Somebody get that bitch a biscuit.
Boba Fett said it in chat just a little while ago, and I agree with him 100%. It's like if their roadmap truly does take a while to really come up with some great maps and great things in the main game itself in the campaign. By that time, you're already going to have like other games that are already on a next gen level doing things and just passing Halo by.
Could be.
And that's going to be the sad part if that does happen. I'm not saying it will, people, but it could.
By the way, it's
or the studio could just explode and Halo will cease to exist. A lot of things could happen, but I don't know, man. I just we all talk about it's not excusable the way they've executed on the post launch, on the lack of co-op. We went over it a million times, and at this point, I'm just excited to hear anything related. Like even though it's not even official yet, if it is real, it's still exciting to hear something from them because somebody out there's got to know what the hell's going on by now.
They're just bleeding. There's bleeding problems, right? Like. It's because it's what's happening with Diablo, right? I'm excited for Diablo 4, but everybody's like, well, I'm waiting to see. I'm like, what are you waiting for? They're like, to see if it's just a microtransaction terribleness. Like, they're just worried about Immortal. They're like, is it going to be like that? And I'm like, no, man, that's a bad look for that company, right? Like, because people are now looking at your other product that is not like this, where the point, the head of, Rod Ferguson was like, this is a full-fledged AAA game.
With microtransactions.
It is not... no, it's just like it doesn't have like the microtransactions like a free to play multiplayer. Like they're cosmetic. That's it. Like it's just if you want something, there's cosmetic that you can get, just like Ubisoft does, a bunch of other people do. So I don't know, man. Like that's what's happening with Halo. Is everybody's worried now? They're like, well, are you gonna fucking bring something out? Like what's going on? Like, do I trust it anymore?
Do I trust
multiplayer?
it?
I'm just saying, man. That's what everybody's thinking. Like, is it done?
I think people trust it. It's just been so quiet, and they haven't really done anything to like get any type of consumer trust when it comes to that game right now. You know, the fact that when we read that statement and they said, well, we don't know how to make we didn't know how to make a games as a service. I'm like, then why did you even make this a games as a service if you don't even know what you were doing in the first place?
Yeah, that's weird, right?
That is, to me, I think that was like, that portion is not real. It's fake.
Yeah.
But I did see on a certain Infinity's site, they posted something that there's news possibly on December 13th. If you guys caught that, they were doing a mural a couple nights ago, and that popped.
What kind of news, Psychonauts?
September 13th is when that new Game Pass game comes out, man. The Warhammer Darktide.
Yeah, and then I think the Game Awards is also on the 13th because that's a Tuesday. So if that's the same time.
You said December or September?
December.
Oh, December. Never mind. Yeah. Then that's not. No,
it's gonna be
okay.
I can see a lot of that stuff happening in, especially the Video Game Awards.
Yeah, and possibly shadow drop the BR right then and there, and that's why we may be getting a weird kind of time frame with Halo stuff, because if that's dropping, then that's something else people can get into.
I just say do not expect any shadow drops. They showed 50 games coming out. Like it's not its time anymore. That's not happening.
It's so weird how people were saying they're going to shadow drop these big ass games and stuff.
I'm like Wolfenstein 3. It's like not happening, dude. Like the shadow drops are not happening, man. Like I'm just being real. They showed 25 games coming out this year, and they showed another 25 coming out at the beginning of next year. So it's there's not going to be here's a BR that we hope competes with some of the biggest games in the world. Shadow drop, not happening, man. They're not going to pull an Apex.
They're not going to shadow drop Avowed?
I hope they do.
Fuck. Hey, by the way, we do got to shout out to almost 1,000 people already watched this live, guys. We know it's post E3. We're trying, we're talking about everything that's happened since then and then a little bit. And we hope you guys are having fun joining us. Hit the like button, tell a buddy or two we're live. We do appreciate it as we do talk about all the latest and greatest. We've got some information here on, some Game Pass rundowns. They did actually update this recently. They got the Shadowrun trailer, the Maraca, Far Cry 5, FIFA 2022, and Total War for those on PC. There's a lot of different stuff entering the service this month. This is something that I'd like to know here. Forte, of all these games, and let us know in the chat, of all these new additions, which one is the most enticing to you? Because Naraka was at their stage, after all. Are you going to try that?
No, I'm really into the Shadowrun games. Like as soon as I saw all of them sitting in there under the download feature, so you can pre-download them and stuff. So I already have them pre-installed. So those are games that I'm definitely looking forward to. And just getting more information around those games and stuff. And there's a lot of people that I know inside of at my store and stuff that asked if there was going to be physical releases for those, and I was like, no, I think they're only going to be digital. And if you're on an Xbox, you're going to get access to those things for the price of your subscription, which is always a great thing.
I'm going to check out Naraka because it's PvP.
Yeah,
I think it's like a day away, so I'm going to check that out. I know it drops on Game Pass, so yeah.
How many players in PvP is that?
I think it's like 60.
That's what I knew it was a high number.
It's like a BR almost, but like with swords and shit. I don't know. Look, I'm just like, all right, cool. It's not a single player. I don't have to listen to some terrible acting. I can just.
Okay. I've been playing. I had to sign an NDA for that, but it's fun. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
You special Psychonauts.
He just broke his NDA, dude. It's fun.
What a piece of shit.
I know.
I can't talk about what.
So Psychonauts, you are looking forward to playing Naraka some more with your friends, basically what you're saying.
I would love to. That's all I'll say.
If you had to take a shit while he's playing, how many shits out of 10 would you give those shits?
Oh man,
10 shits.
Okay. Well, that's one way to get around the NDA, guys.
I mean, the Ranch channel.
Fonzarelli, besides the Ranch channel, what are you interested in playing when it comes to these Game Pass? The Game Pass filler. Did you ever play Far Cry 5?
Oh, of course I played that back in the day. There's, I haven't really looked at, the list, honestly. Like, I don't know which games you're referring to exactly. I've been out of the loop big time the past month and a half.
God damn it, Fonz.
That's why when I got back, I jumped into the games that I knew I was looking forward to that was going into Game Pass, like Sniper Elite 5. So I'm playing catch up with some of those games. So I kind of do have a backlog with some of these games. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, there'll be even more for you to
Fonz. So
backlog.
Fonz, the ones coming in, Fonz, are Shadowrun Trilogy, Naraka, Far Cry 5, FIFA 2022, and a game that I played, I think it was like a year and a half ago. That's fucking awesome. Total War 3 Kingdoms. That's coming to PC Game Pass. Play that fucking game.
Trash.
Yeah,
You're a trash bag, Fonz.
You're both trash
I
bags.
loved it on PC. It's trash.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a strategy game. It's
man,
fucking great.
that
Yeah,
Naraka
exactly.
looks really, really cool. I want to play, but it's just I've never been into the whole melee aspect of a BR. I just don't want to chase around after anybody. with a
Melee
sword.
BR. Wow.
I don't know how.
What
I don't.
the
That's the only thing that throws me off. Like I'm gonna try it, but that's the only thing that throws me off about it just being a melee based VR.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
I'm with you on that.
in order
Can I just throw out that Warhammer thing or that Total War coming out is another thing from that Sega deal that they have, because that's Sega that made it. So just another Sega deal thing that's going in. They're slowly putting a lot of Sega shit in there since that announcement a few months ago.
That's cool. A lot of Sega fans out there.
Hey, Zachary, catch us up on those real quick, and I can move us to the next topic. But again, chat, I want to know what you guys are looking forward to playing. There's been, a ton of news come out over the past several days since their showcase. We got some of that stuff to go over in the show, guys. Let us know your thoughts. But Zachary, go ahead and get these, and then we can move forward here.
Yeah, so we got Astro Gaming. He says, "Welcome back, Cotter." I mean, Fonz.
Yeah, great show.
We got the Ashen Luca with the 50. Look at dude, Luca's
Look
so
at
awesome.
Ash and
She
Luca.
said, "Love you, brother.
Damn.
All y'all have a good show. Also, I'll be back in Halo in 2024."
Who is this
Hey,
Luca?
he
Just
used to be
falling out
toxic.
like that.
Shout out
Just
to
dropping
shout
that
out to Luca.
50 like it was
Hey,
nothing.
we all made a pact when it comes to that, man. Halo
Yeah,
ain't gonna get no gameplay on us.
So we got Xbox Obi member for 36 months. If Halo releases DLC, Forge co-op, or BR, the hype will die shortly after launch because 343 Industries is incapable to keep with the demand of content.
Why do you have to be so negative, Obi, and tell the truth?
I mean, I'll be
He
honest.
ain't lying. He
So
definitely
the
ain't
one
lying.
thing, the only thing
Preach.
there that really does need hype around it is BR co-op. It's like cool. It's in the DLC or wherever the hell. That's fine. And the Forge is like, it's the community that builds that, right? So they can't have hype. Like the community builds the hype. You build your own shit. But the BR, I agree. If you're gonna release a BR, you need content fucking constantly. Like that's it. You got to have it there. And if you don't have it, if you're like, well, we don't know how to do a games as a service, then don't make a fucking BR. So,
Yep.
And then we got Dark CMF for $10. That Forza video was extra nice. Greatly appreciate the work, dealer. Hit the like button, chat.
Appreciate it, Dark.
Oh,
Then we got
damn,
Hargeet. Look at him balling out.
Look at Hargy dropping in a Shadow Warrior 3 global code.
Damn.
And I just redeemed it, so fuck off.
Hey, again, Shadow Warriors is a game. You're seeing on screen. It's actually pretty fun. He's also got another one.
Oh, yeah, he's got another Game Pass. Oh, my God, the toddler thing. Zalker's a toddler. We got Game Pass Ultimate for 3 months, global code by Hargeet Chani. Again, dude, Hargeet, what the fuck, man? Buy me
Hargeet
Five Guys
dropped the
from,
codes,
like, what
man.
the hell?
He said, buy me Five Guys. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, because he bought, like, dinner for people. They've hung out, and, like, they all had dinner
You just
together.
wanted
I'm
to
like,
show up
where's
at your
the Five
house
Guys?
and, like, unwrap fucking Five Guys
I
from
want
a
him
whole
to.
paper bag.
I do.
Buy me Five Guys. Not even let's hang out, Hargeet. Let's go have Five Guys together. No, buy
We
me
all
Five
know
Guys.
that to buy Five Guys for guys, you got to hang out with guys.
Yeah.
That's a lot of guys.
Yeah. So,
Woo!
hey,
A lot of
Chad, let
meat.
us know what you think about Five Guys. Pretty
It's a
good.
lot of meat. Oh my God.
It's a great hamburger that's way too expensive.
No, just stop your shenanigans.
It is. It's expensive as hell.
It's
You
real.
can-
It's real
oh,
good.
did
Do you know what else is real good? The
40
fact that ID at Xbox, their Summer Games Fest demos are now available to download. And this does include an interesting game called Metal Hellsinger, where you actually fight to the beat of the songs. They got guys from System of a Down, Lamb of God, I do believe, and others, Trivium. Check that out, guys. So I watched the trailer for it, and it's actually really cool. They time in the reloads, all that stuff into your beat and all that stuff, and it gets more crazy the more of those you hit accurately. They've also got Shadowrunner Return, right? That's going Shadowrun Return, Wreck Out, Wave Breaker, and others. This is all demos that you can apparently go and download now, and I'm guessing you just go to the store tab, right, Zach?
Yeah, you just go there and you can get them and download them. So another game, if you like the metal one where you fight with the music, there's another game that I've been keeping my eye on called Soundfall. Check that game out. You fight with basically music, and I think you can even import your own music in the game and fight with it, and you have to like get combos off with the beat.
Hit them up by
Dude, for real,
Tupac.
I'm not joking. You can just import all like a bunch of music, and it looks fucking cool as shit.
That's
So
interesting.
check that out. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I definitely try not the Hellsinger demo. Let us know if you guys are going to try out any of these demos, guys. That's something that a lot of people have actually been asking me about. They heard about these demos. They didn't know exactly what was in there. From looking at it, there's not a crazy notable one. So if you're looking for something big, I wouldn't say that. But I mean, it's worth going and checking out, guys, because you never know what you might like. Fall Guys, as we talked about earlier, is on console. It's apparently free to play. And it's actually quite a bit of fun. Well, we can kind of move past that.
It's such a derpy game. Man.
It is.
It's so derpy.
Forza Motorsport ray tracing details. By the way, there's some controversies going around the Forza Hot Wheels trailer, right? They had some
controversy.
Some controversy. They had some controversy around the fact that apparently the trailer for Hot Wheels had features graphically ray tracing that won't actually be in the damn game. And I'm just thinking, like, if I'm understanding this correctly and I have all sides of the story and I'm seeing this right, and they actually did that, who the fuck makes that decision and why?
I mean, the developer came out and fucking talked about that shit.
No, that was about
Motorsport.
Yeah, Motorsport.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, are you talking about Forza Horizon?
Hot Wheels.
Oh, shit.
Pay attention, bitch.
Man, fuck me, man. I don't know. Well, there's a lot of Forza going around.
And it just so happens everyone's talking about the damn ray tracing because it's doing exactly what we kind of expected, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we've been talking about with that stuff. But Hot Wheels looks amazing. We saw it in the trailer. I knew that trailer looked really, really good. I still have every, confidence that it will look phenomenal when you're playing it. But apparently it had ray tracing in the trailer that is not going to be even in the actual game. So, Zauker, how come that happens?
Dude,
what happens there? What's the disconnect? I don't understand.
I don't know, man. It's the same people that make like the trailer for some shit, and then you like play the game, and you're like, that was nothing like the trailer. Like what the fuck happened? Like I feel like they put like a whole nother team on it to like, or they put like a third party team to make the trailer for it, and they were like, yo, this is what's in it.
And the guy in the back's like, don't turn on the GI. The real game won't have it. And like they just don't hear him. Like I don't understand. Like for Psychonauts, you've seen this, you've heard this, you've seen how Xbox have done dumb little shit like this. It doesn't need to be this way. But they do shoot themselves a little 22 pistol right here.
Yeah, they definitely don't need to pull Sony when they do this kind of stuff. Don't deceive your crowd. We know that.
Why you got to be toxic?
Well, I'm not.
Go ahead.
No, but it's one of those things that it's like, why did you show it when it's not going to be there? Like, yeah, it's cool that it has that that nice little shimmer, but it's like don't do that to us.
Right. Yeah, I'm just asking like why, how, what's the disconnect? Like Mr. Bushido, shout out to you, buddy. See some of the things you're saying, but what's the disconnect here? How does this happen?
Lack of communication, apparently.
Quality control.
Meh.
Quality control. It's that shit that Jeffy talked about.
Unless unless they have something in the pipelines and they jump the gun. And
that's what I was going to say. Unless they're just working on a feature that they're going to debut at a later date that just happened to be in this trailer that they didn't catch during quality control. That's probably the biggest thing. But this is just one person maybe made a decision to do something, but then it wasn't followed up on. I always tell people, trust but verify every little thing that happens when it crosses your desk. Because if you don't do that, then you got issues like this where people want to start picking apart a trailer that looks amazing in its own right, but then you start looking at things that, hey, I thought this wasn't supposed to be in the game, and why is it not coming to Xbox?
It's weird how they never forget to turn on a setting for these trailers. You never see trailers like, oh, fuck, we forgot the damn ambient occlusion. We have to, let everyone know the real game will have ambient occlusion. It's always a fucking setting that's turned on extra. It's a weird thing there, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe this is marketing. I don't think it really makes a difference because by the time you see it in front of you on your TV natively, it's going to look better than that trailer probably ever could anyway on the Series X. I'm not too concerned with it, man. Forza has been something to deliver on visuals, especially over and over and over.
But this also,
I think they don't give a fuck, man, because most of the people that are going to play that game aren't looking at the trailer and dissecting it and listening to Digital Foundry's us, the hardcore. And I think they're like, well, if we piss off a few, couple thousand people, who cares? Like the other people that see this shit are gonna be like, cool, I want to play that, move on with their life, and then when it comes out, they'll be like, cool, I'm down to play it now.
That's
like
fine.
they're not
That
gonna
doesn't
sit there
fall
and
down
count
to
it.
them. That's Xbox PR takes that, and trust me, that's a
Exactly.
lot. They don't want that type of shit, which leads me to believe that they just didn't know about it, obviously, because it's up to the teams to do that. And someone in the team just miscommunicated, and maybe they ended up turning the feature off last minute. I don't know, but it was interesting to me.
Well, the biggest thing is this is what happens when you are showing a trailer that has a mix of Xbox Series X gameplay with PC gameplay in it. And when you do stuff like that, PC footage can be mistaken for that. And then that could be the side of the PC gameplay that might be actually coming where the Xbox won't be getting that. And you're just confusing everybody at that point. So that's the one thing I will always give Sony credit for. When they show a trailer, they're saying this is on a PlayStation 5. Sometimes you got to kind of guess when it comes to an Xbox, and you'll get more clarification on that. Like in the extended show, they'll say, oh yeah, this was playing on a high-end PC, or no, this was playing on an Xbox Series X, or they may every once in a while put a trailer up on the screen that says all gameplay you see here is showing on the next-gen Xbox Series X. Yep. But that's not a consistent thing that they do. So people always go and look at these trailers trying to see and nitpick every little thing they can do just so they can find out where these games are being played and debuted at. And Microsoft needs to do a better job in actually letting people know this when they're showing these trailers instead of letting people do this on their own.
Yeah. And two, games look good enough now in Series X, or there's no way you can't generate a trailer that will make anyone in the world want to buy that game. So, why not just make up your mind on that kind of stuff? If you don't get caught in this kind of stuff, it's not really good for anybody. But it's also not a huge deal because we have a lot of faith in the studio. We have no reason to sit there and be like, these fuckers are lying to us. This game is going to look like shit when it comes out because we know Hot Wheels is going to look fire. It's going to probably be one of the best looking things you've ever seen in your life when you boot it up, right? Because Forza Horizon 5 already is. The DLC should expand. Fonz, I know you didn't play Horizon 5 really or 4. You're not really into the Horizon series, but Hot Wheels, has it even given you a single urge?
Yeah, I played. I played it. I played Hot Wheels, the DLC for Forza Horizon 3, and I thought it was great. It was a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to playing this. And the thing is, when it comes to looking at Forza games at all, like when we see trailers and stuff, and anybody has something negative to say about them, or this won't look like this on Xbox, it always does. Like it never disappoints. So I don't ever. When it comes to Playground and Turn 10, I don't look at these two studios and go, yeah, it's not going to be like this when it comes out. I'm sure they're just giving us some kind of CGI or anything. No, there's nothing negative I can say about this these development teams at all. And I don't understand why people are going. I'm sure they're not going nuts over it, but I'm sure some people are using this for the console war and things like that, which is just dumb because in the end, these two dev teams don't disappoint.
Yeah. Can I throw something out there where they're saying about, I think Forte, you said Sony always puts like this is on PS5. For a little bit, they had some shit that they were showing where it says this isn't PS5 footage. Like, because they're using it on PC or some SQ, their dev kits or whatever. But they've really moved over to this is PS5, PS4, whatever gameplay. Right. And the one studio and studio head that I have to give credit to is Rod Ferguson. Because he went out there and said, this is all Xbox Series X gameplay. Here you go. Diablo 4. And that's Diablo 4, and can I just say that we know that, like, depending on what PC you have, GPU, whatever, the PC version obviously is going to have like certain things that the console doesn't have, and vice versa, whatever. But I do think that there is credence here to be like, hey, this is Xbox Series X gameplay. I think Xbox does need to do that. And if it's a PC only title, then obviously we know it's on PC, so we don't need to know. We don't need to tell us. So I'm just saying they need to show what the console can do, and I get that. And they need to show what people that are watching an Xbox show can see on a console, because we know we're going to get different experiences on the PC depending on what you have. So showing us the greatest PC, sure, that's good for me because I have one of the best ones, and so does Dealer and all that. But the point is that we want to see what it does on the console, and a lot of people that are watching your show want to see what it is on the console.
And that's what it is. Xbox should always focus on their highest end console at that
They
time.
are called Xbox after all.
They should focus on the Series X. With every game they show, everything, it should always be running on the Series X. Because I get tired of this kind of talk. I mean, honestly, it's dumb, especially when it comes to turn 10 and playground games. It always turns out amazing looking. Nobody has
Forza
any
7
issues.
on a base Xbox One was basically 1080p on a base Xbox One. I mean, that's how 1080p 60 FPS and look that good. So they do great work. And also who does great work is Hargeet, giving away more Game Pass Ultimate 3-month codes. Shout out to Hargeet in the chat, guys. And if you haven't, let us know your thoughts. By the way, we're talking about a bunch of other crap after this. It's going to be just as interesting. Want to know your thoughts? Hit the like button. Tell everybody we're live. Yes, Salky.
And I'll say this right now: a lot of people are actually agreeing with it. They're like, "I wish Xbox would do that in the chat." And yeah, I'm, we make fun of it, but yeah, I am a PC gamer, and I'm even saying like, I want to see this shit on the Series X. I do. I want to see it, what it looks like on the console. Because I know it's going to look like on PC. It's whatever. But I want to see what it's going to... I want to see what your console is going to do. I want to see what first party is going to do with it.
Now,
that's where shit's going to get pushed,
exceptions, though. There are exceptions. For example, with the Motorsport demo, that was running on a high-end PC, but the studio confirmed that it was tested on Xbox Series X for the same visual quality. Now, my question is, if you already tested on the Series X... why not show it on the Series X?
Exactly.
But at the same time, I also understand that you know about what the console's capable of, and it's going to be in that ballpark very, very close. So I don't know. I want to say that it doesn't make sense because I get that things aren't always ready, right? Or features might not always be ready, and they develop things different ways. But, they did say that Forza Motorsport demo, the one I just talked about, was tested and targeted, and that's what it'll look like on Series X as well. So it may even look better, honestly, because you got months and months and months. And the last 4 months of the game development cycle was optimization, basically, bug fixes. So that's really when the game will start to shine. But
8 months, man.
I want to know from Forte here. I mean, what are your thoughts on everything we saw from Motorsport? And chat, again, this is something that's been a long time coming. We've been talking about these features being used. It's finally happening. And it was impressive, pretty much around the board. But for some reason, guys don't want to believe that ray tracing is possible at the same time as this kind of like fidelity on track, right? Off track, even. They're showing fucking shit by a trash can and then flying across the map to a river, then a car. We've talked about this. It looks incredible. And they're doing all this with real time reflections and all that stuff. And they've even added global illumination for certain instances when you're out of the game. Maybe, for instance, like a spectator mode, maybe. I'm just spitballing there, but they've added features like that as well on top of the reflections-based ray tracing.
Yeah. The thing that really excited me was we finally are getting to the point where we don't have to look at cardboard cutouts as they drive by when you're on a track. Because let's be for real, it's good as because before this Forza Motorsport 7, it was all about the tracks, the details of the tracks, the details of the cars. Now you've seen in the demonstration that they did during the Bethesda Xbox event, you got a chance. They spent a lot of time just on the environments of the map and stuff, or the track itself, how that's coming alive, the time of day, the real-time lighting and stuff inside of the game. The fact that we have real-time ray tracing on cars, next to cars, going toward the Brembo brakes and everything you're seeing inside of the actual, the wheel spokes. You can see the actual reflection of your brakes and stuff there too.
We're talking about Motorsport now, people.
Yeah, we're talking about Motorsport now. Yeah, because there's so many more.
I did say that. I did clarify.
Yeah. So those things are something, and the one thing, and they're basically talking about how this is going to be the biggest sim that they've ever done. Like, this is going to be the most simulation style racer. And the things that they're doing when it comes to the type of visual fidelity, ray tracing, that is to bring you more immersed into that ecosystem. And that is what I'm more excited for. But I'm just, like I said, get away from cardboard cutouts, and I can actually see and might run into a wall at 300 miles an hour going around a track. Because I might be like, dang, that tree looked really good. It don't look flat anymore. So that's what really Forte, excites me.
Knowing it now, they're going to use the fucking cardboard cutouts 1,000 miles away in the distance, and somebody's like, fuck, Forte's a piece of shit.
Zoom in at 800% to see that cardboard cutout.
This shit's fire. It's impressive looking, man. Psychonauts, when you saw Motorsport, it comes out, all this stuff's happening, and we heard it right from Chris, the creative director of the game, right? It showed it in yesterday's video. Like, they are confirming that this is the real deal. Yes, as we've talked about, and I know it's going to be a long-winded question for you, but we've talked about this just to preface it, how they would likely use hybrid models of ray tracing and all kinds of stuff to be hyper-effective, hyper-efficient. And it looks like they've surpassed that in many instances. Like, were you impressed with all the stuff you're hearing coming out of there? And what about some of the stuff that you're not liking when it comes to what people are saying?
No, I'm from the showing that we had. It was shock. It was not shocking, but it was just breathtaking because I was like, "Holy shit, are you serious? This is some next gen shit." We're getting really seeing that the reflections. Yeah, it's mere reflections, and it's it's not as grand as global illumination, but for a game to run 4K 60 with ray tracing, that's something that no console has done yet. And with if it's native 4K 60.
Well, like I said this before, I don't expect it to be native 4K. I don't. In fact, they bragged about why they're getting around native 4K with BRS, effectively increasing processing and FSR. If they're not using these features, I'm getting pissed at this point. Like, fake it. Right. It'll look amazing. You'll get a shit ton of performance to throw into things like ray tracing, and that's what I think they've done here. Like, it could be far less than 4K.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing with these tools, that you can get a lower resolution and have it upscaled to looking native 4K, and that's the beauty of these consoles that are running with the RDNA 2 architecture. It's not that great. I like what I see.
It looks amazing.
It really does. And yes, going around the corner at like 160 miles per hour, you're not going to see these little details, but when you stop and do, when you're going through the winner circle and stuff like that, that stuff's going to start popping out.
And spectating, like, that's a big one. A lot of people are not thinking about things like spectating, things like replays. Like, you're going to be able to, there's qualifying in the game, folks. So that means you're going to be doing sessions of qualifying. If you're doing any kind of legitimate racing in classes, they'll likely make you qualify. And that means you're going to spend a lot of time on the track and potentially spectating, setting up your car and stuff. So it all feeds back into itself.
Do you think it'll be with ray tracing at like checkerboard 4K or something, 60
FSR?
Yeah,
FSR. Okay, I'm saying if Turn 10 can't do it at 60 with ray tracing, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
I mean, others have already done it. Yeah, I think people just fucking forget. Metro Exodus has global illumination, 60 FPS, basically 1440p. Doom Eternal, full on ray tracing, reflecting ray tracing like 1440, 60. I mean. There's already multiple games that do it. It's just devs got to get it out there, man. Until they do, we're seeing it right now. Until
I'm saying, first party wise, I want to see the best. Like,
people
more than 1440.
People just got to get over.
What do you mean more than 14? You know how much expensive this shit is to run? Have you been on this podcast over the last couple of years?
People
I
just
don't care how expensive it is.
I'll take your finest
lobster. What do you actually play at 4K on your PC? Zonker?
Yeah, 100% 4K. Yeah,
not 1440.
I play 1440.
I got my OLED connected to.
You ain't a real PC. Yeah, you're not a real PC gamer. They play at
1440.
Other people change their aspect ratio to get to 120, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Nah, screw that.
That's a real PC gamer right there,
boy. I use Pentium processors for it too.
Let me cut out all shadows.
1440p.
If I turn the grass down, I can see him wiggling through the grass. PC. Let us know if you're a PC gamer first and foremost. We got a lot of different people to listen to the show. Obviously, a lot of Sony guys, mostly Xbox guys. But obviously, we know those ecosystems are connected, right? But there's definitely a difference in the platforms. Let us know if you prefer PC or Xbox in the comments. And obviously, we talked about Motorsport, man. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. All the same shit we basically said they could do. We're very, very happy with the way this game is looking. I mean, I showed Forza 1 at the beginning of my last video, and then cut it to this one. I mean, it's just crazy how far the team has come. It's absolutely crazy. By the way, Fonzarelli, PlayStation Plus Collection version of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard can't be upgraded to the PS5 version for free. Players have to buy the game to get the current generation upgrade. What are your thoughts?
Trash. That's my thoughts.
Back to you, Wet Dragon.
That is very weird. I'm sure he's not really talking about this, is he? Because, anyways, but yeah, that's sad, and this isn't like the first time we've heard of issues with upgrades to PlayStation 5 games. Going from PlayStation 4 games to PlayStation 5 and everything is kind of a nightmare on the PS5. It just really points at smart delivery being an amazing thing, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's funny to me that I'm
Well,
looking
that's
at
smart
this
delivery,
thinking,
though.
yeah, I'm thinking that this is more along the lines of being, something that was planned. They want people to buy this game.
Hey, hang
on
on.
the
Forte's
PlayStation
right.
5.
He did say that. I don't think it is smart delivery.
This ain't smart delivery.
This is a full Gen 9 aware patch, meaning they went in and completely apparently ramped it up, right? But we know Capcom. Like I said last week, I knew there was going to be frame rate
then
fuck
it's
ups
by
in that game.
design. Obviously, it's by design. They want people to pay for the PlayStation 5 version, right?
That's kind of what they've been doing with a lot of their games and stuff.
Yeah.
You got to remember Final Fantasy VII, to get the upgrade. When they gave it away to people on PlayStation 5, I think like the month or 2 months after it came out, the PlayStation 5 came out.
Yep.
But then when integrate was announced, they told everybody like, hey, you cannot upgrade the PlayStation Plus version. You have to buy the actual game in order to get the upgrade.
Yeah, I think it's a software thing then through that. I think it's a software.
You don't think this is by design?
Listen,
Sony just
I'm trying to
wants people
explain to
pay?
you. Like, I think it's a software pass. Like, to get this thing, you need to buy this thing. They are connected in their system, and I think that's probably what it is. But they should be able to allow you to get that thing for free if they know you own this other thing, right? So there's ways around it, but I do think that it's also a software thing in their system.
It's a software thing for Sony.
It's a mess.
Yeah, I think it's part.
I don't know, man, because remember when they gave Final Fantasy Remake, it was a PS4 version. When they gave when they gave Shadow Warrior 3 on PS thing, it was the PS4
version.
Yeah. They don't give the PS5 version out there, and that's
what I'm saying.
I think they're just trying
those
to.
two versions are separated.
I think it's
system.
by design, man, because they're not doing the same thing with their first party.
But
I
listen,
think it's by design.
if they add a PS5 version of a game and a PS4 version, like Shadow War on Xbox, it's all one thing, right? On PlayStation, you're booting up a PS4 version or a PS5 version. You can't do that on Xbox. You're booting up the one that's meant for you. So I think those two things are categorized separately. And they said, fuck it, we'll give the last gen one, we'll throw that in there. It's a separate product from the new one. That's why I say it's part system-wide thing, too. But, who knows? We could be wrong, chat. Let us know why you think Sony's being fuck faces.
I think the $70 thing shows that it might be by design to me.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, we know that they can do it. It just comes down to because they did it with Horizon and all their other games where they wanted you to not be able to upgrade, but due to the fact that they said it in a previous update, you'll be able to upgrade these games for free, and then everybody lost their minds about it, and it was like, okay, we'll do it for this one, but all games going forward won't have
Horizon Forbidden West or whatever.
Forbidden burritos.
But I also think people got to remember, man, Jim Ryan about money. And he knows that the PlayStation fans are going to spend that money on these upgrades. Because you got to look, they always talk about it. They say, I don't mind. It's a game I want to play. It's a game that I want to experience. It's only going to cost me, 10 or so bucks to do it. Or if it comes down to the point where they got to pay for the game again, I'm getting I'm getting DualSense support. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. I'm supporting the developer and all this other stuff. And I'm like, nah, man, that's not it. If they decide to give you something for free, then you should be able to at least upgrade the thing that they gave you, but it just seems like Sony isn't going in that direction right now.
Yeah. Well, they'll gladly pay for it again. For greatness. Why not? That's one thing I've seen it typed out a lot. I'll gladly pay $100 or more for greatness. But I need that soundbite, people. If you have anybody out there that said that, on a podcast or something stupid like that,
you're gonna have people out here scouring.
I mean, maybe
that shit is just.
It's not going to be that hard to find. I don't think.
All you gotta do. Dumbest thing as a consumer. That's the stupidest thing you could say to a freaking company. I'll gladly pay more. I'll gladly shut the fuck up.
Listen. I try to tell people all the time. I was like, are we going to act like people do not like deals? So you tell me you walk into a store and don't say, hey man, this was $15 cheaper at Walmart. Are you going to match that price for me?
Listen, we all know who the fuck's saying this. It's the radicals, man. Like no one cares what people like whoever Nick Marseille and all these. No one cares. No one actually cares. Like, so it doesn't really matter if they're saying.
No, but it's funny as fuck.
The general consumer, it is crazy. That's why it's hard to believe that someone actually said that. Please, harder, Sony, harder. But they do it every day, man. It's crazy. So I just again, just like nuts. I want to give a big shout out to the chat, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. Tell a buddy or two we're live. We appreciate you. We're talking about the latest and greatest of what the fuck is out there. We're making the best of it. Thanks for joining us. And obviously, let us know your thoughts on Forza Motorsport's ray tracing, how impressive it is. For a $500 system, it's unrivaled. There's just nothing that you can do for this kind of money. You're getting so many features in a console like this, which is awesome to see, man. Also, Hot Wheels. We're all looking forward to playing that. Might have more news on that sooner than later. I don't know. Also, we're going to go.
I got a question for you, Diller. Did you... I got a question for you.
What?
You know, because were you like me that didn't think you were going to actually get this Hot Wheels DLC due to a Hot Wheels game coming out? Because that's what I was at.
That's
what
100%.
I was super excited because I didn't think, because we didn't get it with Forza Horizon 4. We got Lego. So when they came out with this, the actual Hot Wheels game, I was like, oh man, we're not going to get Hot Wheels. So I was really, really excited to see it.
Yeah. Yep. That's something I think we've talked about this before. You're right. Like the second that the Hot Wheels license, I guess they licensed it, right? Obviously, the guys that saw that success and how much people loved that DLC. After I saw them come out with their own Hot Wheels game, I was like, yep, they said, fuck it, we're making our own. You can't do our shit no more. And you're right. Like I was one of the people saying that. I didn't think you'd see another Hot Wheels DLC. By the way,
it was kind of genius. It was kind of genius of them. They bring out the Hot Wheels game, people thinking that. They bring it out like September last year, fucking, sold pretty well, I'm assuming. And then now they're like, let's double dip and get this to come out the next year. So bam, they got paid for,
well, that just shows you they're willing to license it out to basically all comers because these two things were in development at the same time.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying, like, they came out way before the Hot Wheels DLC did.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a bad game, but the thing that makes Hot Wheels so cool in Horizon is the way the cars feel. Like the fact that my fucking my little Supra that I made for Gaz, right, is going to then go and run on those Hot Wheels tracks and perform great. That stuff's so cool. Like how everything just kind of comes together. Fonz, we're going to be playing co-op in that, man. And if the servers actually fucking work, you got to play with us.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'll be right on that.
Don't you be a little reluctant about it, nah.
I'll be right on that. I'll be there.
I don't believe you.
Date and time.
Piece of shit. By the way, Jedi Knight Peter really wants you to notice. He says this multiple times, so I'm assuming it's ultra true with Jedi Knight Peter and anybody with any kind of good sense of what podcaster makes podcasts.
Shout out Jedi Knight.
He says, welcome back, Fonz. It ain't RDX without you. He says, Turn 10 has established itself as Xbox's premier studio. My Motorsport looks phenomenal. Like, Turn 10's always been that premier studio that has pushed the hardware better than anyone else. You can say Coalition, but nobody was doing as much stuff as Turn 10, in my opinion, anyway. Zachary, there's some other two here. You want to grab these and we can move forward?
Yeah. So I got Jedi Knight Peter. He said, well, welcome back, Fox. You already did that. Chinook guy says the only thing we'll say is a negative for Xbox is making games PC first or just PC. To me, that is just strange to have that happen 4 times at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you.
Dealer for the first time launched freaking Age of Empires on the PC. Yep. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it."
Because the one we had been talking about coming to console, I didn't show it, and I was like, "Okay, well, fuck. I guess I'm gonna." I was, I don't think I'm gonna play much more of it. Honestly, I'm gonna hold out until later this year. Maybe they'll announce it GamesCom or something. But I think they needed that announcement at the showcase.
It's like 2025. You're like, I'm still holding, man.
Like, fuck it. Somebody will bring an RTS. It's not trash.
Diamond hands and shit.
Yeah. So we have Mr. Doritos, and it's 55 sec. I don't know what that is. There you go. That's all. Nothing else. He didn't say
Shout out to Mr. Doritos, man.
He dropped his money on the table and was like, "I'm out."
Yeah,
I'm out. Now I want fucking Doritos.
55 sec ain't enough to even buy a bag of Doritos, though, Mr. Doritos. Just be honest with you, man. I thought you were Mr. Doritos. Shout out to you, Mr. Doritos. Thanks for joining us.
Maybe you could buy one Dorito, right?
One Dorito.
There's a whole fucking lot of Doritos going on right now. Yep. This is the conversation. I like it.
Yeah.
Cool Ranch or nacho cheese? Which one do you guys like?
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Purple Tree Frog. We got Mr. Bushido in here. We got Boba Fett Gaming. Shout out to you. Splint Div for a shout out to you, Donovan, as well as Bud the Cyborg. Dreadpool is a moderator. Shout out to the mods, too. Lethal Papa, obviously, Boss Mod. They really lock his stuff down. Obi, you guys are amazing. Dreadpool. And again, all the guys in the chat want to give you all shout outs. Mav, a fun speculation. Shout out to you too, buddy. But I wanted to, I guess, kind of ramp things down, man. We're not going to run a show with this much time that we don't have, like, there's literally nothing else to really talk about. We're not going to run a fucking 3 hour. If you see anybody run a 3 hour show or even a 2 hour show this week, question their integrity. Okay.
Oh my God. Let's talk about the Will Smith slap to Chris Rock, though.
How long ago was that?
Hey, but we could talk about real quick the fact that Sony. Look at the topic title at the bottom. It's Sony updates DVR kills Xbox.
Oh my fucking God.
They didn't even have to update the DVR to kill Xbox.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I retweeted that and I'm like, man, I wish at Xbox and liked their DVR enough or liked the fact that we could share footage enough to update their shit. They're apparently doing it, but they haven't said anything. We're not asking you to tell us when or what you're doing. we would just like an update to let us know that you actually are still listening. And
I mean, that's an update is when and what they're doing, dealer. You're such a dumb
no,
bitch.
I don't need to know. I don't need to know exact dates. I don't need to know what features are in there. I just need to know that you're still working on it.
I swear to God, the marketing team at Sony was like, these RDX fucks, watch what we do. Here's the DVR. You talking that shit? And because when I saw that, I was like, I feel personally attacked.
I got a message from somebody. He's like, can you talk about the DVR? No one talks. I was like, I literally go on tirades about the fucking DVR like every other week. And it's because I enjoy sharing footage so much. It looks so phenomenal as it is, but it's so fucking buggy and it could look a lot better. I just, I don't know, man. It's important to people like me and a lot of others, and they try to remove features because people aren't using them, but your whole fucking DVR is fucked. No one's going to use it when you can't do shit without it freezing your console or black screening. Yeah. So don't take any metrics right now, Microsoft. That's the fucking hot tip of the day. Don't take metrics in a time when the thing you're metricing doesn't work correctly. Twitter, direct-to-Twitter upload. Well, no one's using your fucking DVR right now, Harley, because the shit don't hardly fucking work properly.
My Elden Ring footage looked like straight shit. Yeah, and I was so fucking pissed off. Because I put like 180 hours in that game, and I have like no footage. Because it just looked like shit, or it didn't come, and the audio only came through. And I was like, cool, this is great.
And there'll be some that say, mine works fine. Well, you probably don't use it as much as a lot of other people. And I'll be honest, like if you're in there messing with clips, uploading clips, trimming clips, if you trim 3 or 4 clips in a row on this current carryover DVR from Xbox One X, then likely your console will not read any more clips, and you'll have to do a restart to get your DVR and all the clip stuff to work properly again. That's what happened to me a lot. So Sony, they're updating the hell out of it. People are happy with it. You got to give them props. Hopefully at Xbox, #XboxDVR. Hopefully you guys let us know something, anything at all. We just want to know what's been working on. And
Sony guys are making entire videos using that DVR.
Entire video.
Well, I mean, Xbox guys might do it too if it fucking worked, right?
Yeah.
Don't take metrics on shit that don't work. And by the way, guys, speaking of metrics, we got to give you guys shout outs. Thanks for tuning up. Almost 1,200 tonight. It was about an hour-long show on purpose because we're not going to stretch it for no reason. We just want to say thanks for joining us, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. Tell a buddy too. And, of course, check out my last video. Psychonauts, I want you to have final thoughts on everything we just talked about. Anything in particular? It's your first time on the show, man, and you're an awesome guy. What are your thoughts on anything that we kind of forgot to mention or even a topic we forgot to mention?
No, I mean, everything that has gone down is, I think we pretty much touched on everything, except for maybe, Fable running on the new Forza Tech engine. That would be amazing.
We did cover that a little bit. We just mentioned it, like, hey, this is what Fable will probably look like, or at least this is what it's capable of, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a beautiful game. But other than that, no, thanks, man. It's freaking I've always been watching you guys, and it's an honor being on here tonight. So
is it though?
It really is.
Okay.
But it's an honor.
Fonz, you can take up the mantle and add something else, another section, another segment. Please, the people in the chat that don't want this shit to end, because we can go 3 hours and still have people saying it's too soon.
Yeah.
What do you got?
The thing is there's been no real news lately. I mean, it's kind of dead out there, people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like there's been a lot of news. We just had the show, but
yeah. Well, I mean, okay. Like what? I asked you if I missed any topics. You said you would bitch.
I think just the fact that everybody talked about everything over the course of the last 2 to 3 weeks.
I wasn't here during that time you were talking about the show, so I'll give you my thoughts on what I thought on that show about the Xbox show. I thought it was good, and I know that may surprise some of you out there. I didn't really have any big issues with the show. I thought it was, and the reason being is, I appreciate that they showed gameplay. It may not have been of games that I really want to play, but they showed a lot of gameplay. And that's what we've been asking for as gamers. And even the games that they showed that I wasn't particularly interested for, can I even talk? I know a lot of other people were. And there's people out there that want to play those games. Even that lull in the middle of the show when they had the indies and stuff that many people out there, probably like myself, didn't want to see necessarily. There are those out there that do. Okay, you got guys out there.
You're basically
like
telling me
gamer.
right now midget porn is a 10 out of 10 because there's somebody out there that likes it.
Here's the thing. because when you factor in that they said that this is going to be all the games we're coming out with within the next 12 months, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any big issues with the show. Matter of fact, there was a handful of games there that I was really excited for. So that I am excited for. So, and I was really interested after seeing Redfall. I was really surprised by that. I was like, wow, okay, that looks a lot better than I thought it would. And hopefully the gameplay and stuff is going to be amazing in that. But yeah, I can see myself playing it with you guys and having fun with that. Starfield looked incredible to me. I don't care what people say out there. I know it's a Bethesda game. I know what to expect from a Bethesda game. So, you know, I'm really still excited about that game. Yeah, I gave the show a 7.5 out of 10. Just because there was a lot of games there that I didn't care for, but I appreciated what they did show, which was gameplay. And
wow,
that was awesome.
Fonz, you're a national treasure. You know, I jumped into the RDX chat after the show that they did after the Xbox reveal, and I told them the same exact thing you said.
You know, you didn't actually let me jump in and say what I said, though.
And they told me, Forte, you can't be having opinions based on what other people and this and that, blah blah blah. I was like, listen, man, some of those games are going to be for some people. I said that
you literally thanked me for telling you all this stuff after we had that conversation. Now you're going back. Here's my thing: you don't go to a movie saying, "Yeah, I give it a 7.8 because someone else had some stuff in there that they liked."
Well, here's the thing. That's why my score reflects what I liked about the show, 7.5. I'm not saying it's a 7.5 for somebody else, but what I am saying, though,
so you're saying it was a 7.5 to you, and you're not factoring in the fact that some people might have liked the other
I'm not
stuff.
factoring the games that I didn't really care for. I didn't have a problem with the pacing and stuff of the show. I thought it was really well done. I just think that them conforming it to, well, this is the games that we have within the next 12 months was the biggest issue there.
100%.
Next year, if they do it again, it's going to be different because there's going to be a lot more bigger games coming out within a year's time from June 2023 and on.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a totally different show if they do it that way.
100%.
But I don't know if they're going to do that necessarily. But I didn't really feel like they. I felt that a lot of people were unnecessarily pissed off and upset over the show. And I think it had a lot to do with a lot of guys out there that are fake insiders saying things are going to happen and it doesn't happen. Xbox era.
Oh my God,
yeah.
why'd you do that?
Just a lot of stuff that just didn't come true. And I think you can't really hold on to some of these people out there and really believe everything they tell you, because when you look at track records, how often are they really right?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people focus on that, or those people.
Honestly, I don't think people are focusing on that, man. I think
a lot of people
Starfield.
did.
I've seen more Starfield hate, more Forza Motorsport hate, like the Starfield hate especially. Like people saying, "Oh, I'm worried about this. 1,000 planets. It's too ambitious." And I'm like, "Have you never played a fucking Bethesda game in your life?
Right?
Like how ambitious those games are." Like, and they've always said they give you like an obscene amount of freedom to do whatever the fuck you want. Like, that's what I want. If they didn't do that, if they're like, we really wanted to temper what we were making, I would have been like, what the fuck happened to Todd Howard? Like that would have been me. Like that's like, but like everybody, like all of a sudden, it's like they've never played a game before, or a Bethesda game.
And they showed gameplay and everything. I mean, they showed what the game is going to look like. Okay, and I think that's a lot of what people wanted to see. Now, some people that are complaining about it, it's like, yeah, you go back to thinking, have you not played Bethesda games before? Because this is going to be a big RPG. And they've already talked about behind the scenes how they're going to add and implement more RPG elements back into their games that they've lost since even Skyrim. Really, even Skyrim was kind of RPG light, if you really think about it. But the scope of Skyrim, all the stories, everything you went through, all the missions, all that stuff, it's going to be, that tenfold. It's going to be so much more put into.
Did you say
Starfield.
RPG light for Skyrim?
Yeah, they like the choices and stuff that you had to make in it. It wasn't really as big as even some of their earlier games. Like some of the
I wouldn't
earlier
call that
Fallout.
an RPG Light. I would call like
No.
Horizon
I'm
Zero
not saying
Dawn
it's RPG.
Light.
No, I'm not saying RPG. That the game itself is RPG Light. That they were lighter on some of the RPG elements in that game than their previous titles, and they want to work some of that back into this game, and I appreciate all that. But it's almost as if people wanted to see a full blown like first mission or something. It's like, geez, guys, what are you expecting from a Bethesda trailer?
I think people have unrealistic expectations for stuff like that. It's like they forget that, okay, this game did get delayed, so maybe some of the stuff that you may not like is the reason they delayed it, and the game isn't out yet, so we shouldn't be judging it as a full release just yet.
And that performance target, exactly what I'm saying. I'm just going to cue these few up. But that performance target, they were talking about 4K 30. They were talking about the fucking showcase for one, right? It's going to be pretty easy for them to scale back the resolution, and there shouldn't be a CPU bottleneck at all with that game. I expect it around 60 FPS if it's decently optimized.
Starfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to have that option in there. We do know Todd Howard loves his 30 FPS for his games. But you have to have that 60 frames. You have to have. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, you can't go back, and I'm not going to go back. So there's no reason for them not to have it. I'm sure they will have it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the game offers, because we did cover it. Like, they got 40% more content than basically in any story they've had. The most handcrafted content. They got 4 major cities, which is basically rivaling most of their games. We don't know how big or small those cities are, but they got more content. Those cities probably have more content as well. I'm hoping for the best, man. I'm looking forward to it. Zucker, we got a few super chats.
You shut your mouth.
We got
Horizon Forbidden West is the best RPG ever made.
Risk is
It's an action adventure game
on that one.
with RPG elements, sir.
He misspelled Elden Ring. My bad. It's all right, man.
Elden Ring.
Inke. Go ahead, Zucker.
So we have, where the hell did my shit go? Oh, there we go. We got Boba Fett Gaming. Says, welcome back, Fonz. Great show, and appreciate the work RDX put into keeping it real 100.
Thanks, Boba.
Always.
Go fuck yourself, Boba.
Leave Boba alone, bitch.
I'm keeping it real. We got Risk It for, he says, I like the show. There's some games there for me, like Benedict Cumberbatch's Harry Avocados Fox Case Redfall. Starfield was good. A lot missing, though. This motherfucker say Benedict Cumberbatch's Harry Avocados.
He loves
Fox
to be
case.
Cumberbatched, he says. Yeah.
What the hell is going on? That game looks sick, dude. I don't care what he says.
He says his favorite things are being Cumberbatched and obviously Bugsnax. So let's go ahead. I mean, again, guys, if that's basically the entirety of what we have to say here today, guys, we want to thank everyone for watching us. 1,200 that stopped by and bothered to listen to what we're saying. We had some fun here. Hit the like button. Tell everybody too about the show. Not a lot of topics this week. We got about an hour out of them, and that's why we'll end the show. We do appreciate all you guys tuning in and checking us out. Hey, Bonzarelli, man, it's good to have you back. And what have you been playing since you've been back? And where can people find you?
Yeah, I just started playing games again this weekend because I finally got, the internet and everything up and running. I can download stuff and play. And yeah, I've been playing, like I said at the beginning of the show, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. I started that up. Got about 3 levels into that. And then I said, oh yeah, Sniper Elite 5. What am I doing? And I jumped into that. And I'm having a blast with that right now. Now, I'll go back to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and beat that because I heard it's pretty short anyway. But yeah, I got to beat that Sniper Elite 5. I really like this series. I've been a fan of the series for years, so I'm going to beat that.
That makes me wonder why you canceled that Game Pass and whatnot. If you knew Sniper Elite was coming.
You know what? Here's the thing. I was upset at the fact that, we weren't getting any first party games into Game Pass this year. It's really a big L for Xbox.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It's dumb. It doesn't make sense to me, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It happened. We're not getting a first party game this year.
It's for the good. It's for the
everybody.
Right
who would have thought we looked at 2017 so fondly?
Hey, I played Super Lucky's Tale in Momentum for 2017 just to go back and remember what it was like to have games.
We beat the shit out of that game too, bro.
We're like, play the new Super Lucky's Tale. The cameras are way better.
We're gonna party for 4 hours like a bunch of frauds playing Super Luckies.
But the thing is, as you guys know, like I've been going through a lot of stuff, a lot of negative shit, and that just compiled on top of negative stuff. And I was thinking to myself, I looked at Game Pass and I was being sort of unfair and not really realizing or seeing that, hey, I do play all these other games that come out in Game Pass. What am I talking about? It's not just about first party.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad to hear that though.
So, but yeah, it's just a bunch of, it's a culmination of all kinds of just negativity and stuff that's been on me the past few months. That's finally starting to go away a bit. And I feel good about that. So yeah, so it is what it is. I'm playing Game Pass.
I get it.
And having a good time.
Can I say though, you are wrong though? They are bringing out a first-party game this year. It's called Pentiment. Put respect on its name.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good to me.
Hey, look, we gotta.
If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. All right,
where can they follow?
Anyways,
where can they follow?
They can follow me at Fonzarelli Gaming, and I should be getting back to doing my show and stuff soon. I'm still trying to get everything ready for that. But thanks for tonight. Anyways, the RDX was awesome. The chat was awesome. It's good to be back.
Well, it's good to have you back, brother. Also, we do got to thank Psychonauts as well for coming on and guest. I mean, it's the first time having you on, and as always, man, when we're playing 2K or whatever we're playing, Fall Guys earlier, it's always fun to hang out with you, buddy. What have you been playing? Where can people find you? And what's your social security number?
Yes, sir. I already got that PS5 there, Mav. So sorry, buddy. No, I've been playing a lot of stuff, and actually been playing a couple of those 34 demos that came out. I played a couple, not all 34, and some are fun and some are like okay, they're demos, so they got them. But yeah, everyone, you can find me everywhere, social media. Psychonauts 8. You can find me on the Fun Speculations channel. We got FPS or FSP on Mondays at 7. We got Fun Pop at 10 o'clock on Wednesdays, and also Xbox Ultimate 9 o'clock on Fridays. Come join me. We always have fun in our chats, so just come out and say hello. And
the ninjas were tugging on the sound cord when you were saying that. We do want to say thanks for coming on there, brother. Seriously, it's good having you on here. We also got, and shout out to Mav. We got a super chat, I think, by Mav down there as well. But we got to give a shout out to Forte for coming on and filling in for Tim Dog, I do believe. Like I said, Tim and D will be back next week. Forte is great at what he does, man. It's glad to have him on. Forte, tell people what you've been playing, buddy, and where can people find you?
Yeah, man, definitely. It's always a great show and always willing to answer the bell for RDX, man. It's one of the best shows out there and definitely appreciate the invites as always. But for me, outside of, my first love Destiny, I've been playing The Quarry. That's really amazing. I think I'm on chapter 7 right now.
Damn, you've been going through this shit.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. Me and my daughter have been going through it. I bought it for her, and then she wanted me to play co-op with her, so we've been going through it and stuff. So that's really cool. As everybody's been playing Turtles, and then I also been playing a lot of Flight Sim because I am a huge Top Gun person. So the Top Gun stuff got me back in there, and I've been doing that a lot, just trying to get through the tracks and stuff, playing it on Xbox and PC, and seeing the differences that you can actually see, which the Xbox version really holds up really, really well compared to the PC version. And I think a lot of people are probably going to be shocked to hear that. But Xbox is doing some big things when it comes out there, when it comes to the CPU intensive stuff. And I think that needs to be kind of taken note too. But outside of that, Gaming Forte everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live, and PlayStation. DBS podcast will be at a special time this week on Friday at 9 p.m. So one day later than our normal start time. If you're interested, come check it out. It's always a great time. And we will see you guys next time that I'm on the show or on Twitter or wherever the heck you want to play games at.
We get it, okay? You're everywhere.
Hey man, I got to get it out there, man. You never know when I'm coming back.
Yeah, of course. And we also give a shout out to Mav, by the way. He says, where did I get my free PlayStation? Mav sent me a DM yesterday. He said, hey, basically, it sounded like Mav started to fall for it, but second guessed it. And he said, is this real? Like, what's going on? And I said, yes, Mav. Text me now for your free PlayStation 5. And
bro, I've got so many DMs of those people going, is this real? I'm like, bro.
Yeah, there's a fuck face that goes around to these comment sections. I've talked about this multiple times. It's how you can tell who really watches these damn shows, because they'll message me and be like, hey, what's going on here? Or, hey, I asked this guy what games Alker loves that you hate just to test to see if it was really you, and he didn't say Sea of Thieves, so I knew it wasn't you. And then, they're developing their own testing methodologies for these scammers, right? So if you look over and the guy's name is Text Me Now, 1-800 I'm not a scammer, you don't want to fuck with that guy. Look for the check mark, the verification check mark I got, and all that good stuff. Make sure it's legit. Zalker, by the way, Tell me where they can find you, buddy. Shorter show this week is kind of nice. I can't lie.
It is kind of nice, but yeah, you guys can find me on Zalker87 YouTube, Zalker87 Twitter. Fonz, it's good to have you back, man. We've missed you a shit ton. Honestly, it's been, that energy's fucking welcome here, especially yours. And I'm glad you like the show. Outside of that, I've been playing a shit ton of Ninja Turtles with Dealer and everybody else. I've been playing Doom Eternal's Ancient Ones Part 1. That shit's hard. And I've also been playing a fuck ton of Valhalla. Dealer, I finally got into it. I'm like 50 hours in, over, I think, level 200 or power level 200.
I thought you beat that a while ago.
I started all over in February. I just started it the whole thing
I
over.
hope you don't get fucked at the end like I did.
I hope I don't either, because if I do, I'm gonna cry. But no, I'm jumping into that and doing that, and then I want to do Ragnarok after. But it's a massive game, and I finally got into the story a little bit. So they actually have some cool stuff going on, cool characters that I've actually ran into. Yeah, it is, man. It's actually become like, it took me a while to get into. I don't know why. I just wasn't feeling it, but now I'm like full on in it. So it's really good.
Hey, Splint Difference, you knock off that nonsense now. You knock that off. Zalker,
don't listen to Dealer.
You find Zalker87 on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He's a nice guy.
He's probably recommended to you right now on YouTube.
I don't know about that.
yeah, everyone's channel's in the trash right now. Hey, by the way, guys, speaking of, check out my video, which died pretty quick yesterday, but I put a lot of time into it, put a lot of energy into it, and I even put a track in there that I produced the vocals and stuff on just for some fun. I expected half the people to absolutely hate it, the other half to be like, what the fuck's this? And then maybe a small percentage to be like, I like that. But right now, I'm surprisingly few comments on any negativity stuff.
And I've also helped him with the thumbnail
Did
on
you sing a
that.
good country song on that? Did you sing a good country song?
Yeah, I'm remastering old Tupac songs in country.
And
that's why they call you bitch. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like,
I'd actually listen to that.
That's got you. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. Right, that was a party.
Laugh
but
my ass off.
I do want to say thanks to everyone that did bother check that video out and support the things that I do, and be excited for Forza Motorsport, man. I cannot wait. I'm going to kill people in that game. I'm coming back full on speed. Top 100 times, and I'm just gonna dominate motherfuckers. I'm gonna get all the way back in it. So right now, Forza, it's really a question.
This shit pushed in. I can already see it.
It's a question. Don't make me tell these motherfuckers about the time we raced, okay? It's a question of content, okay? It's a question of content with Forza. So hopefully it's got a lot of tracks, a lot of cars, and a ton of upgrades, man, because Forza 7 already feels great. Can't wait to play this one. But yeah, follow me here. Obviously, follow me on Twitter at @dealer_gaming, II space dealer space II for Xbox Live. Thanks for supporting us and making us what we are, whatever you want to say, what do you want to call us. And of course, guys, let us know your thoughts down below. Hit the like button on the way out, and we are out.
Later, everybody.
Malaka. Later,
and that's why